What's an everyday item that has a hidden feature most people don't know about? If you get an email in Outlook and you don't want to deal with it right then but also don't want to forget it altogether, right-click or select the three dots on the email and select Snooze. Pick when you want the message to reappear, later that day, the next morning, etc., and it will be delivered at the top of your inbox at that time. Most vegetable peelers have a metal ring on the side. It's to dig out black spots from potatoes. Many libraries in the US have portable Wi-Fi hotspots and laptops that you can check out for a month at a time. On CD players, when you hold rewind, you can go into -seconds on an applicable track. Some albums use the -seconds on a CD to put an in-between opening to a song so that when you skip to the song, you also skip the opening. More interesting is an example like Relient K's MMHMM album. If you hold rewind on the very first track long enough and let go, you will hear the album's hidden track, which is also the album's title track at that. It's mostly an instrumental with humming, but it's good and interesting and sadly a great novel way of hiding hidden tracks that quickly is disappearing with the mass move to digital. Edit. Just wanted to thank you all for showing me so many other albums that did this. It's crazy how many of them did, yet I only really knew about a few. Like even knowing about this little secret didn't make it something I regularly checked for simply because of how obscure and rare I already knew it to be. The stapler built into the work printer is the best stapler in the office. If your stack of documents can fit in the slot at all, it'll staple. Rubbing alcohol kills bugs within seconds. Pour it into a spray bottle and go on a killing spree in a well-ventilated area. Running shoes have an extra hole so you can lace them more securely. Call the heel lock. https://www.gearpatrol.com/fitness/a696423/extra-lace-eyelet-explained/ You can set custom keyboard shortcuts. I use that to paste my email and to paste my address. It's really useful. Most people hold walking sticks wrong and get like 5% of the support you could get. The handle is supposed to face forward, like with crutches. It keeps the weight distribution correct and in line with your shoulder. Roku makes a smartphone app that has a remote function, complete with a keyboard so you don't have to arrow to each letter and type ridiculously slow. And if you have multiple Rokus in your house, it will know the difference between all of them, and you can select which one you want to control. I believe it's over Wi-Fi, not the regular frequency the remotes use. A lot of people forget that most of our smartphones have compasses built in them. Every time I dig into the settings of my phone, Samsung Galaxy, I find a bunch of features that aren't default on but are actually useful. Like when taking a selfie, rather than awkwardly trying to hit the shutter button, you can just show the camera your palm and it starts a photo countdown. Pressing enter before swiping your debit credit card at the gas station will take you to the prepaid screen so you can enter the amount manually you want to put. Edit. I guess it only works in US or non-prepaid stations. Edit #2. Insert tap. I forgot that swiping isn't a thing anymore. Average people sometimes overestimate how hard it is to diagnose a lot of check engine lights and anything with OBDII, modern cars. Onboard diagnostic too. Your car literally has an OBDII port in a relatively convenient location. You plug in an OBDII reader, pull the code, Google code plus car name plus year. Then you can check out the rough cost to repair it. If you have the old school stoves with heating coils on top, the entire top can be lifted up like a car's hood to clean underneath. Bungee cord. For anyone that's ever been in or may ever be in a wheelchair, I learned to use bungee cord to continue the task of grocery shopping independently. Grocery basket. Step 1. Place grocery basket atop feet or lap. Step 2. Hook one end of bungee cord to the frame of your wheelchair. Pull bungee cord tightly across or around basket, depending on whether on your feet or in your lap, and hook other end of bungee cord to other side of your wheelchair frame. Shopping cart. Step 1. Hook one end of bungee cord to frame of your wheelchair. Step 2. Snake feed bungee cord through slits of shopping cart, i.e. in the vicinity of where toddler baby feet would hang if you had an infant or toddler in the cart. Step 3. Hook other end of bungee cord to other side of your wheelchair. Step 4. Optional. Hook your feet under the cart, i.e. where you might ordinarily put a case of milk or water or drinks. Use feet knees to steer cart so you can still push yourself in your wheelchair. Voila! You're welcome. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks. On a smartphone, if you are typing and hold down the spacebar button, you can then scroll left and right to move the cursor on the text. Some mechanical eyeliner pencils have a sharpener on the end. Looks like a little cap. Most smartphones have a lockout sequence of button presses that disables your biometrics in the phone. This forces the user to type in the password to unlock it. Handy tip: if you are ever pulled over or arrested, as the courts have ruled that it takes a warrant to force you to unlock your phone via password. Excel has bazillions of codes that almost no one knows how to use.